fun, but a complicated course. Some really tight turns there. As you probably saw, did I even dare share it? I put the car sideways twice. Didn't hit a cone, though. It's a lot of work, but you know what? It's a lot of fun getting set up for an autocross. We're at the Toledo Express Airport. Tons of cool Corvette people out here. Hey guys, good to see you. I remember one time I shared one of the autocrosses at the NCM Motorsports Park, and somebody made a comment in the video. They said, man, somebody's knocking down these cones. No, that's not the case. You do get penalized if you knock down a cone, but this is letting you know right here to stay to the left of this cone. Over there is letting you know you're turning left. You see those cones out there? And then you have cones over here letting you know you stay to the right of this cone. So there's a lot to comprehend when you're out here driving besides, you know, following your line, but making sure where you turn, when you're supposed to turn. It does get a little confusing. That's why we're gonna take a golf cart right now and figure it out. And then we're gonna tear it up. So Ryan's not had a chance to feel those Toyo tires. This will be the first time, says Dad. We just put him on the car. He goes, let me get out here and just drive a little bit. A little bit more complicated course this time, but it's going to be challenging, and that's what makes it fun. Having Z51, I have the PTM, the Performance Traction Management. We're going to be running today. Last time we did this at Father's Day last year, I was doing PTM Sport, and then I discovered Race 1. I felt like the car was more nimble. I was controlling the car better, responded better, so we're going to run in PTM Race 1. Got my track pads on from Carbotech. Thank you, Paragon Performance. He's laughing already, going 5 miles an hour, but immediately you can feel those tires and how different they are on the car. I'm gonna try and give you guys camera views from all kinds of angles, on top of the car, side of the car, PDR, in the car, all that coming to you today on our Coffee with Conti show. We got folks from multiple states. I think 4 or 5 different states are gonna be here today. There's a gentleman from Ohio right here, watches the channel, came up and introduced himself earlier. Your name again, sir?
Scott Frost.
Scott, good to meet you. Thanks for coming out, watching the channel. You said that it was myself and Renee that runs this event that's responsible for you being here today.
Absolutely.
And I'd asked you if you've ever done this before.
I haven't. The only thing I have is a PlayStation.
Yeah, he's got a PlayStation, and he's got a freaking trailer. He's got numbers on the car. Yeah, you're ready to go, man. I'm glad you're out here doing this, man. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, thanks for the channel, and thanks for inviting everybody.
Absolutely, man. Have a great time.
Take care.
You bet, man. Good to meet you. PlayStation. That's funny. Ryan's done a lot of that stuff. He's got so many good simulators. He's raced so many tracks around the country. Surprisingly, that really helps you when you get out to track. Now, this is a man-made track, so you can't find this in PlayStation at the Toledo Express Airport. Renee, nice job setting this all up again, as always.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you for being here.
And what I do in my car, I try to share with you guys the value and things you can do with a stock car. I'm intimidated. There's cars that are lowered here. There's cars that got roll cages. This beautiful C5 over here with a big old giant wing on it. I'm no competition. But again, this is all about having fun with these people and your car. There's some serious business out here, man. Guys got slick tires, all kinds of crazy stuff. I just got a helmet and a little sticker on my door. And I'm ready to go, man. All right, we're trying to get the lay of the land, the 4 runs. There'll be a break, and then we do 3 runs. You haven't seen the send-off, Pat, yet, but our friend, our customer, Mike, with his beautiful red mist Z06 is here in the Toledo Express Airport. And I think at some point, you'll be out here doing this with us, won't you?
Someday I will be. I just got to get her broke in first.
Yeah, I know. We're talking about PPF and all that kind of stuff. It's really a pain in the butt once you get the car, all the stuff you want to do before you really get out there and drive it. But that's what we're talking about. But don't worry.
I'll be
One day you'll be out here, and one day I'm going to take your keys and I'm going to drive it. I do love the Z06, man. No doubt about it.
You'll have one.
One day. In the meantime, I'm happy and proud that we got what we got.
Ryan will take the Z51 and you can get the Z06.
Yeah. I'll never recognize it. Ryan gets it. He'll slam the car and do all kinds. Yeah, it'll be game over, man. It'll break my heart. Wouldn't you? Yeah. You had that car. What's the first thing you would do?
This car?
Yeah.
Lower it.
You'd lower it. See what I tell you. I hope you guys are enjoying today's Coffee with Conti. Thank you for spending the time with us and watching. It's so much fun for me to have the opportunity to share with you some of the autocross stuff that we do in our stock 2023 Stingray Corvette. We were talking earlier in the show, these cones are a little confusing. Some are pointing down, and that really is telling you which way you're supposed to turn. But once you're out there driving, it's hard to realize which way you're supposed to turn. Sometimes it's almost too late. It's a little confusing. The PDR captures that, but I've got another view from the camera that you can see mounted on the front nose of the car that really gives you a good perspective, and that's coming up in just a bit. Let me share a little bit more of mine and Ryan's runs. You notice a difference on these Toyo tires? They feel pretty good. They're made to race. There's no doubt about it. I do like them. So he's got one more run to go in his last session, and he's about 1/100th of a second away from Dad. It was kind of funny early on. Renee, one of the organizers of the Holy Toledo Autocross, comes up to me and says, "Hey Rick, I see there's a hitch on the back of your car." So yeah, I pulled the trailer up here. He goes, "But is it actually bolted to the car? We just don't want it falling off out there on track." And I said, "No, it's fine. It's totally secure." And then just before, you might hear this guy, before I get ready for one of my runs, the Insta360's on top of the car, and they're holding up because somebody said there's some debris, might be a bolt out there on the track. And then of course they said, "Well, is Rick's hitch still on the car?" And you can hear the guy looking in the back there. "Nope, it's still there."
Right. No, it's all there.
Coffee with Conti continues right here on my Corvette channel. Thanks for joining us. My name is Rick Conti, a national Corvette sales specialist, and yes, an owner, enthusiast, and just a big kid, as you can tell from today's upload. Now, we've shared some in-car footage. It was kind of neat to ride with Ryan in there. We've got to do that again, possibly when we go to pit race. Also good to share with you the Insta360, the PDR, but this footage right here from the front nose of the car, now you can get an idea how tough and how crazy it really was driving this particular course at the Toledo Express Airport. thank you, all the organizers, all the volunteers. How you coordinate this and keep the cars in order, all the different groups. I don't know how you do it, but you're doing a great job, and it's great to be here. Thank you for having us. Now, the last run before we cycle back around and start all over is the ladies group. Don't fool yourself. A lot of these ladies can drive quite well. I've seen them already. Woo! Okay, we're both done. How did you do? How did you feel in the last run?
Shitty. You giving me hot tires?
Yeah, they were a little slippery, weren't they?
A little bit.
A lot of tight turns, and I was taking some turns. The last run I had, I think, was it was my best run. It could have been even better. And I knew going into the last turn that's been difficult that I was carrying too much speed, and I should have hit just a little bit of brake, and I knew it. That's gonna cost me. And I didn't, and oh boy, it was tough, and it made it. I had one last little turn there, and then the final turn, I was set up just bad and put it sideways a couple of times. Not that time though, but let's go check out the times that we're speaking of.
Yeah.
And Ryan's like, oh no.
I'm lost.
Yeah, the old man's gonna walk away with a little bit of a win, but there's some folks out here today, like these C5s out here. Oh my gosh, these guys are doing it in the 43s. I don't think I tried to get into the, now that last run I was just speaking of, had I not messed up those last couple of turns, I would have been in the 47s, but I blew it. But I was close though, guys. I'll show you here in a second. For those of you that are keeping score. A very well organized event. How they do it with all these people and different classes of cars. These are obviously not stock cars. We were driving a stock car. The C8 handled well. Accelerates great, doesn't it? Really did. Okay, here we go. Here's the board. Let's check out Dad.
It's on the same line?
Yeah, you and I are right next to each other. So there I was. I started. Here's the thing. You want to progressively get better each and every run, regardless of what anybody else is doing. And I think that I did that. Size at 50.407, 49.292, 48.423. That remained my best time after first session. Remained my best time after first run of second session. Then I got into the 48s here, and then my best time was my last run, 48.181. Or was that 131? I apologize. 48.131. I almost added a 50 hundredths of a second. No way, man. Oh my gosh. And Ryan, he had his best, and always be the best time on the bottom here. And his best time is going to be 48.477. Pretty close there, bud. Wow. Closer than I thought. You did well. And then Rudy, that's right. Yeah. He's done this before. That's really our first event of the year, so we had high expectations, but you know what? We were here, we were doing it. A lot of you were here for the very first time, and I thank you for that. I know that you now feel that bug, that culture within the Corvette culture. Little autocross, find one in your area. Oh my gosh, is it so much fun. And all these people here,
Yep.
they actually cheer you on. They try to help you and advise you. It's pretty cool, man. Randy, always good to see you, sir.
It was fun. Fun today, Rick.
We did get a lot of looks on the trailer. I'll tell you what, this thing is a godsend. It's a great marketing tool, but I can throw all my crap in there. I got everything I need in there. My food, my cooler, my tools, my tires. When we go to events, we'll put tent, table, giveaways. Yeah, it's gonna work, man. Life is a dream. Make sure that you drive it. could have cost me.
Damn.
I was doing good too.
It's fucked up at the end. That's what I'm saying. It's those last 2 turns. I fuck up I did the same shit. I did the same
I was
shit.
doing good there for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Those last turns are ass.